Minister Lindiwe Zulu has arrived in uMthwalume to conduct an anti-gender-based violence campaign. It comes as 5 bodies have been found in that area since March, with the community fearing a serial killer may have been on the loose. Zulu's campaign comes as a key suspect in the case hanged himself this week ahead of his court appearance, and police have had to return to the drawing board to make arrests in the case. Our reporter Karinda Jagmohan joins us now, and also on the side is our reporter Mnisi, who is on the farm where one of the bodies was discovered. Starting off with you, Karinda, good morning once again. We know that this matter has had a huge impact on the community of uMthwalume. You have been speaking to the main suspect's mother, the deceased main suspect's mother, who detailed her horrific experience and how she fears that she will be attacked, and strongly denying that she knew nothing at all about what her son was doing.
Yes, good morning to you. The main suspect's mother says she's living in fear at this point because following her son's confession, she says she's been shunned by the local community. The local community who's now gathered here at the Sibanini Hall in the heart of uMthwalume. You can see behind me many young girls as well coming to the fore. They want to engage with the Social Development Minister on what has happened here so far. I'm standing with the HOD of the KZN Social Development Department, Mnisi HOD. Thanks for speaking to Newsroom Africa. Tell us, what is the purpose of this visit? What do you hope to gain from this community, and what changes can we expect your department to make following this here in uMthwalume?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for having us. What we want to gain out of this engagement is to actually get the feelings and the views of the people. So what we have done, we have developed a program. This is not just an event. We have developed a program where we do dialogues with different groupings. We have done some with the young people yesterday and today. And the findings, the report that we get out of the engagements with the young people is what will assist the department to come up with interventions, because there are serious issues that are raised by young people. For example, the issue of young people, especially women, that are not respected, their rights to live that are compromised, and the fact that we need to come up with behavior change programs so that a young person does not just disappear from home and come back after 2 days, because these are the risks that we have identified, where the girls are found to be missing after 2 or 3 days. So those are the behavior change programs that we're going to come up with. But today, having received the report of the dialogues, we are going to march to the municipality, and from there we are in partnership with Santaco, which is an association for the taxi industry. So we will going to the taxi rank here in uMthwalume, and we will then be coming up with activation to say no to violence against women and children. So after that, we will then also move to another area where we will be supporting the victims of gender-based violence. But within the Santaco partnership, we will also be sharing the information with the community, with the people that are using taxis, as well as with the people who are working within the taxi industries, because in our partnership we have agreed that we are going to share with them the stickers that they will put in their cars that also say no to gender-based violence to women, against women and children, and also messages in terms of respecting the rights of people who are LGBTQI, as well as the respecting the rights of everyone, so that we live in a free society. So that is what we are advocating for today. But what is going to happen, the leadership, which includes the Minister for Social Development, the MEC, as well as the local leadership, the mayors and so on, will also be part of this activation to raise the awareness, which means that we are still going to be visible with our programs within uMzumbe municipality. Thank you.
HOD Nilisiwe Bilekazi from the KZN Social Development Department speaking about the activation campaigns. This after 5 bodies of women found in the sugarcane fields of uMthwalume over the past weeks since March, and this will be carrying on throughout the day. Back to studio.
Right, Karinda, we're going to leave things here for now and return to you shortly. But as you speak about the sugarcane farm, I'd like to cross to Newsroom Africa's Mnisi, who joins us live from there. Linda, that is the very location that has left the uMthwalume area in shock and disbelief and living in fear. As we speak about that area, that location where decomposed bodies were found, what are the latest developments coming out of there?
Well, it seems police are still combing through the sugarcane farms, and it won't end now until they make a breakthrough in this case. Earlier on, I showed you the vehicles of the search and rescue unit who are still at the scene. I'm just going to step out of shot just so you get to see exactly what is happening on the other side of this sugarcane field. As you can see there are quite a number of horses with the police. Their sniffer dogs are also on scene as they try to make sense and piece together the evidence that they have. When we spoke to the police commissioner, he did in fact mention that they'll be following various leads and possibly trying to the suspects that could be linked to this case. There is a belief that there could be more people involved in this matter, but you speak about those women being discovered as early as March, and it all happened here in this sugarcane field. And I will try to bring in the owner of this farm to give us a sense of what he thinks is at the heart of this. As you can imagine, there are more questions than answers really important, and people would like to get to the bottom of this. I mean, if you drive around the community, you hear a lot of people speaking about it, and there's a lot of fear from the women that live in this community, since the police have not been able to arrest anyone following the suicide of that main suspect. But I've got with me Sia Gasa. He's the owner of this farm. Sia, thank you so much for your time. We've seen you up and down over the past few days, but the questions still remain. What could have possibly happened? But you're the owner of this farm, and I can imagine you've been following this since the first body was discovered. What are some of the trends that you picked up from early in the year?
Yeah, what has happened in uMthwalume is something that has never happened before. So we are all shocked about all these murders that are going on here. Young ladies are being killed, and until today, we don't know who has done all these acts that has occurred in uMthwalume. So it's a very disturbing what has happened in uMthwalume.
And I'm sure, I mean, when the first body was discovered, you were quite worried, naturally. But when you engage the community and when you look around your farm, why is it that it's seemingly a playground for dumping bodies when there's a lot of land in the area where they could be doing this at?
I think the reason for that will be that, as you can see where we are now, the farm is very accessible. So most of the areas here is surrounded by the community. So if somebody does something, it's easier for them to come and, like what they've been doing here, dumping these ladies here in the farm. So I think it's simply because the farm is accessible. There are some roads which are here, which go through the farm here. So that is why all these acts are happening in uMthwalume.
Let's speak about the suspect. I mean, he's committed suicide, but actually where he lives is not very far from your farm. Did you know him? And at first, did you ever think he'd confess to such a crime?
As for the suspect, I used to see him when I go to the garage, because as you can see, the garage is just opposite the farm here. So maybe when I go there to the convenience store, I used to see him there because he was a security there at the gate. So, but what has happened when I heard that he was indeed the suspect that we have all been searching for, I was shocked. I was waiting maybe for a gang of 5 to 6 guys. But when they told us that he was acting alone, we are all shocked now to say, how could he have done this by himself?
All right. Quickly, we've run out of time. Let's talk about the reward that you're offering for any kind of information. It's 20,000 rands, according to my understanding.
yes, the 20,000 rand, the reward, that is 20,000 rand, is still there, it's available. We are waiting for anybody who can come with any information, concrete information that can lead to the arrest and the prosecution. So as things stand now, the main suspect has committed suicide, but we still feel if it's indeed him, he was not acting alone. So we are still waiting for that person to please come forward and give us that information so that the uMthwalume community can have a closure to this matter.
All right, there you have it, Mpho. That's Siyagasa. He's the owner of this farm, talking about that 20,000 rand reward that he's still offering for any information that may come out. Of course, those investigations continue. I mean, it seems the case will not be closed now that the main suspect has been killed. But he speaks about how worried he was at the beginning when the first body was discovered, saying that his farm is actually quite accessible and that is why it's seemingly used as a playground for dumping bodies. Mpho?
Right, Linda, we leave it there with this matter for now on your end of things and take you to our reporter Karinda Jagmohan. Karinda, on one end of this very intricate matter, the community is in shock and police and officers are looking to find any leads that could lead to an arrest. But on your end of things, it's a community that's looking to speak out and be heard. In terms of the Minister Lindiwe Zulu's work in that province, in that area, what are the expectations for the day?
Well, the expectations come a lot from the youth of the community of uMthwalume, and we're going to just show you some of the signs as well that the community has come out with. You can see they say break the silence, this saying an end to gender-based violence, young people coming to sign the placards that are here, and these are youth that have come through here hoping to engage with the minister. We do believe that she has just arrived here and is expected to take off with this campaign. As we heard the HOD say as well, this would be an ongoing campaign along with the Santaco, and what is expected here as well, like some of the youth have said, is that this engagement is not only engagement that needs to be done with women but with men as well. As the discussions of root cause of gender-based violence come out, youth here will say to the minister about the various programs that they need in place for the small town here in the KZN South Coast in order to uplift them from the crime levels that they are seeing, especially as for them on Monday they did not see justice at the courts after they saw the key suspect in this case having hanged himself after confessing to 4 murders. So what they want here is more police visibility, more police action in this case. So we're going to see this as the day unfolds.
Very well, let's leave it there for now, and we will continue to bring you more of what's coming out of uMthwalume. Our reporters Karinda Jagmohan and Mnisi monitoring developments on that end of things.